Hi, my name is Sonia. I have been married to my best friend for nearly 18 years, and we have two beautiful teenage girls. Back in 2018, I found myself in a situation I never thought I would be in. I was in a limerent emotional affair, and my world was falling apart. I was depressed, very unhappy, and I felt extremely lost in my life. I tried to keep the affair from my husband for several months until he found out and approached me. I remember feeling relieved that he found out because this was going to be my way out of the marriage. In the beginning, my husband was the one that fought to keep our family together, even after the emotional affair. We saw a marriage counselor that seemed like a good fit at first, until he supported my decision to move forward with separation and divorce. I ended up seeing a therapist on my own as well, and she also advocated for divorce. Most everyone around me told me it was time to leave my marriage and move on. They told me the grass was greener on the other side and that my kids were resilient and that we would all be okay in the end. I pushed my husband away, I pushed my family away, and I pushed God right out of my life. While my husband was out of town on a business trip, I got an apartment and I moved out. This was going to be my new start. At the time, I didn't know how much damage I was causing our children by removing them from their home, introducing them to a new life, and everything else that comes along with separating a family. A few months after our separation, he approached me asking, "Are you sure this is the route you want to go?" He was ready to file. And after several long emotional conversations, we realized how much we loved each other and our girls, and we owed it to each other and our children to make it work. Now, this is part of the story where a happily ever after would fit in, but this isn't the case for me. After being separated and moving back in together, we had to reacquaint ourselves with each other. I fell back into a depression, and I wondered if I had made the wrong decision. My husband was distant, unapproachable, avoidant, and all the things that made me feel like this was not going to work at all. Some friends of ours invited us to a church group, and Dr. Beam was the special guest. He did a 5-week study on his book, Becoming One. And needless to say, it was eye-opening for us and exactly what we needed in order to repair our marriage and put the pieces back together. Shortly after that study, I was searching for a new job after being laid off due to the pandemic, and I found a marketing position with Marriage Helper. I really believe it was God's work and His will that got me to where I am today. After I started my job, my husband and I attended the workshop. He was reluctant at first because he didn't want to bring up the past or air our dirty laundry. And I was embarrassed to share that I was the wayward spouse, and I feared being judged. We came out of the workshop feeling so loved and so grateful for the connections we made. The workshop is a safe space for healing, and we walked away with all the tools and the resources that, of course, we still apply today. I am so grateful that we forgave each other and that we didn't give up, and that we both put God first in our marriage. We are so grateful for Marriage Helper because our marriage is solid, and my relationship with my children has improved tremendously. I love marketing, but my heart is with coaching. I felt led by God to share my story with others and offer them hope because I've been there. I've been in pain, I've felt lost, and I know what it's like to feel helpless. I would be honored to work alongside you and guide you down a path towards a beautiful future.